Hello everyone, thank you for joining this video. In this video, we will talk about different data analysis approaches for qualitative research. These approaches are coding, memos, analytical induction, series of events, critical incidents, hermeneutics, semiotics, content analysis, conversation analysis, discourse analysis, narrative analysis, and metaphorical analysis. Let's have a look on these data analysis approaches in qualitative research one by one. The first approach is coding. One of the simplest way to analyze qualitative data is to do some kind of coding on the data. A code can be a word that is used to describe or summarize a sentence, a paragraph, or even a whole piece of text, for instance, an interview. Codes are tags or labels for assigning unit of meaning to the descriptive or inferential information compiled during a study. The next approach is memos. Memos are researchers' own commentary on what was happening or what he or she was doing during research project. Memos state what researcher was thinking, feeling, and or doing at a certain time. There are two types of memos, procedural memos and analytical memos. Procedural memos focus on research process. They summarize what you did and how you did it. They actually help you to keep track of what you have done. On the other hand, analytical memos focus on the subject matter. They focus on the data and contain ideas about what the data means. Next approach is analytical induction. Analytical induction is a way to develop causal explanation of a phenomenon from one or more cases. There are two steps of analytical induction. First, define a phenomenon that require explanation and propose an explanation. And next, examine a case to see if the explanation fits. If it does, then examine another case. An explanation is accepted until a new case falsifies it. When a case is found that doesn't fit, then under the rule of analytical induction, the alternatives change the explanation so that you can include the new case, or redefine the phenomenon so that you can exclude the nonsense case. Ideally, the process continues until a universal explanation of all known cases of a phenomenon is attained. Next approach is series of events approach. An event listing is a series of events organized by chronological time periods. The events can possibly be sorted into categories. Some events occur before others and are connected with each other. The events can be described in narrative form and or summarized in table or flowcharts. Next approach is critical incident approach. It involves asking people to discuss events or incidents that are deemed by the researcher to be extremely important and pertinent to the research. It is actually a shorter form of series of events approach. Critical incident approach provides a systematic means for gathering the significance other attached to the events, analyzing the emerging patterns, and laying out the tentative conclusion for the reader's consideration. Another approach is hermeneutics. It comes from the Greek word hermeneo, which means to interpret. It is actually the art and science of interpretation. Hermeneutics is interpreting cultural and historical context to understand author's original intent. In hermeneutics, text interpretation is based on changes in the word with respect to time and context. Next approach is semiotics. Semiotics is concerned with everything that can be taken as a sign. This broad definition means that words, images, and objects can all be studied as signs, as long as they have been recorded in some way and can be studied. Content analysis is another approach to analyze qualitative data. In this approach, the researcher first develops a set of categories of words and phrases. These codes are then applied to unit of text. Once the texts have been coded, various statistical techniques can be applied. Content analysis is thus a quantitative method of analyzing the content of qualitative data. Content analysis seeks to demonstrate the meaning of written or visual sources by systematically allocating their content by predetermined and detailed categories, and then both quantifying and interpreting the outcomes. Content analysis is thus very useful when the meaning of text is relatively straightforward and obvious. It is useful for looking at frequencies of words and their changes in the frequencies over time. It can be used for analyzing historical trends, for example, mention of internet in marketing magazines over the last 10 years. It can also be used to analyze interviews, text. For example, counting the use of brand names. Next approach is conversation analysis. Conversation analysis is useful for analyzing the change in meaning that can occur during verbal communication. Unlike written document, verbal conversation tend to be informal, semi-structured and ungrammatical. Often the topic can change in an instant, leaving the previous topic of conversation unfinished. Unlike content analysis, which tend to assume that the meaning of the word is relatively straightforward, conversation analysis do not presume the existence of fixed meaning in words and idioms. Rather, it assumes that the meanings are shaped in context of exchange. To understand and explain the meanings, the researcher has to immerse him or herself in the verbal interaction that have been previously tape recorded. Next approach is discourse analysis. The word discourse refers to communication that goes back and forth like an argument or debate. All languages can be treated as a social interaction. There is always a speaker or writer and listener or reader. But discourse analysis focus on mostly in the language that is in use. The use of naturally occurring language in speech or written text. Discourse analysis is concerned with actual instances of language as used in communication. Discourse analysis encourages multiple readings and interpretation of text. Although there are many different kinds of discourse analysis, many researchers using discourse analysis tend to focus on language games. A language game refers to a well-defined unit of interaction consisting of a sequence of verbal moves in which use of phrases, the use of metaphors, and allegory all play an important part. Another approach is narrative analysis. It is a qualitative approach to the interpretation and analysis of qualitative data. It has a linear structure with a beginning, middle, and end. Next approach is metaphorical analysis. A metaphor is the application of a name or descriptive term or phrase to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. Metaphors do not appear in isolation but are part of larger meaningful structures. Metaphorical analysis allows a systematic reflection of the metaphors through which we perceive, speak, think, and act. First step in metaphorical analysis is to identify the metaphors contained in text. A metaphor can be determined when a word or phrase can be understood beyond the literal meaning in the context of what is being said. The second step involves sorting the metaphorical idioms and clustering them under a smaller number of concepts. I hope this video enhanced your knowledge on the topic. To receive updates about videos on the related topic, please subscribe our channel, like the video and drop a comment if required.